Well, welcome back. Because the first quarter-final of the main event was so quick, we're going to have a bonus match for you. We've got a Tier 1 match here, race to 7, between Hasan Shahid and Wildman. And Hasan wins the leg. Players just asking what the race was to, because the tablet wasn't showing their scores yet. Yeah, can confirm race to 7. That should be a good match. Hasan to open up the match for us. He admitted yesterday he was a bit shaky in there. He was missing a few that we weren't expecting, so hopefully he'll settle down. That's day 2. This is the one low, but it's gone safe. And this is a horrible layout for the first rack of the game. There's me saying it's gone safe. And he's played that with so much right hand side just to kick it in. Great little shot. Not as tight as he would have liked up against the 3 or the 7, so opportunity for Hasan to jump this. Absolutely perfect. Great shot. Right in the centre of the pocket. And now he's got an opportunity to really weld Phil right up against this 7 ball. Send the 3 up table. madness 3-ball into some traffic, so it hasn't gone as well as he would have wanted. And I've got to say, these 3 balls down the bottom of the table lend themselves to a really good safety. If someone can get behind those. Phil's trying it. Yeah, good luck getting out of that one, Hasan. That is horrible. The only saving grace really for Hasan is that Phil hasn't kicked the 5 out very far, which will make his clearance a bit harder if he does get ball in hand after this, which we would expect. He's having to play into the short rail. You have to try and somehow bend it and get the cue out of the way. I don't know if it's even on. I might just want to tie something up. He's going to try and use the points, which is almost impossible on a 9-ball table. Yeah, he tried it. So there was a danger there. He could have opened up those 3 balls that were probably as it, sort of. I'm not sure if the 4-6 can be comboed. But regardless, he can still play a really good safety, even if he decides to pot 3 first. Well, he's left it short, which suggests to me that the combo might be on, because he had to hit it from the top side. He just chose to hold the 4 there. Still pretty horrible for Hasan again, because the 9-ball and the 7-ball are the way the natural paths. He could probably get behind the 7-ball. He's just asked Phil to go and take a look. He knows the contact's going to be close between 4 and 5. If he gets around this 7. Good hit. Bit of a result. Caught too much of that, as Phil. So Hasan's done well in defending and eked out a little opportunity for himself. Definitely second favourite in this wrap before now. He's overhit his safety as well. Just looking to see if he'd been lucky and got some cover, but he obviously hasn't. And now everything's nice and open, all down one end of the table. It should be fairly straightforward. Slightly awkward cue in first shot. As long as he lands high, he'll be right. He's very fortunate there, because if that had slipped past the 6, he had nothing. It's not the greatest of shots either. Makes this twice as difficult, queuing down. over the 9. And as a result, he's missed the 7. Left sitters for Phil. A bit of extra fizz off the final cushion. Travelled a lot further than it looked like it was going to. But it'll be fine anyway. The bottom of the table is absolutely fine. If Phil takes a 1-0 lead, he probably doesn't deserve. Hasan needs to cut out those mistakes if he's going to have any chance in this match. There are short races to 7. Not many opportunities to recover. Look around spots and stripes. Obviously all the 9-ball tables and the extra 9-ball tables that have been brought in are being used by the event. But there's people coming in to watch. There's people playing in all the English 8-ball tables, snooker tables. There's a Chinese 8-ball table there, ready for play. It really is a great venue. Great connection from Phil. 1 ball finds the side. He's got a very makeable bank on the 2 if he wants it. But he may choose just to run away instead, as he does. Understandable. Why risk it? Try and earn a better opportunity. Just too much side on that for Hasan. Took it past the 2. And Phil has earned his better opportunity. For those that don't know Phil, he is extremely capable. I think it was, I might have the wrong year, but I think it was last year at the European Open. It might have been the year before. He actually defeated Albin Ocean in one of the early rounds. Sent Albin to the loser's side. Albin, who's won that event before. Very trusting. Sam's just left me with all the controls. So if everything goes off, it's my fault probably. So yeah, almost a practice layout for Phil, and he's ran through them very well. Two 0 then. For those that missed it, I was speaking to Dan Sir yesterday on commentary during one of the matches, and he mentioned that there's some exciting things coming to GB9. Secured, and very nearly secured, some decent sponsorships. Some already in the bank, some hopefully being completed soon. So it looks like this tour is going to go from strength to strength. I was just saying they need to just decide what to do with that money. Add to the prize funds, the equipment or the staffing, or obviously a combination of such things. But regardless, it looks like it is here to stay now. And the guys have done such a good job getting it back up and running for the new era. As 9-ball takes over the world now with the World 9-ball Tour. Big money to be won at professional levels, and only getting better all the time. Towards the end of July, in about 3 weeks' time, 4 weeks' time, got the World Championships, the second staging of that in Saudi Arabia, with a $250,000 prize to the winner. $1 million prize pool overall. Fred, of course, will be looking to defend his title. We had that incredible hill finish last year. Yeah, some of the longest races in 9-ball pool, because I believe you got to earn it to be a world champion. So that was a race to 15, the final. Yeah, went 14-14 before Fedor finally got over the line. Yeah, Hasan caught in two minds there, going to go one rail or two. It's cost him because he'd gone in between it. Obvious issue in this rack is the 5-ball. Try start 8. If we can somehow manufacture an angle to get from 4 to run into the 5 and 8, we can make something happen. That looks pretty good. You can go on and off the side rail. Yeah, very good. Phil showing what he can do. He's just going to catch the point, but he's okay. It's a little short. That's quite awkward. He's going to have to cut it up to the top left now in order to move the cue ball about. but does so very, very well. Again, a little short. Cushion bounce is catching everybody out. But no problem. So his last break was absolutely perfect. See if he can replicate it. He does so. 3 balls gone already. And he's going to have an absolute sitter of the first shot. Sometimes that can happen. Just the way the balls move. 2 balls can chase each other into one of these bottom pockets from the break. Sometimes you're lucky to make one, but yeah, occasionally you can make both. And because it happens so quickly, it looks very explosive. You don't go around the table and then go in, they just fly straight in. But the key thing was he made the one in the side, which is always the aim first. So he's always going to have control of the rack from the start. Going to flick the 9 here, and all of a sudden this is difficult. Caught it so full, just stopped the cue ball. So now it's a thin snick, and you only have to go up and down with the cue ball. This is where the game is brutal. He's done all the hard work, and he might not get the rewards because he's going to play safe. I think he's going to play off the right hand side of it as he sees it. Yeah. Leave distance. How's this for a tester? But Hasan, sorry, I'll just be happy to get back to the table. He's looking at, there's an outside chance for Karen using the cue ball. Hit the 8 and then go into the 9. Yeah, he's made it. He's made it perfectly. Phil will be absolutely kicking himself. That's one way to get yourself involved in the match, as he just goes to take a comfort break. Real punishment for Phil's error, going into the 9 ball from the 7. In the other quarterfinals taking place in the main event, wow, they're all close as we expected them to be. On the live stream on the Spots and Stripes YouTube channel, you can watch Liam Monk taking on Marcel Price, and it's now 6-5 to Liam Monk, races to 9 in those. Joe Prince and Ramesh Gokul are locked at 6-6, and Fraser Patrick and Carlo Blasi are also locked at 6-6. And races to 9. Obviously, once we have all our semi-finalists, we will bring you the semi-finals and the final here on the main table. For now, we snuck in this extra match because Michael Hope defeated So Short in about 45 minutes, 9-1. Very dominating display. Lovely break from Hasan. Is he going to be able to get a look at this 2, or is the 9 in the way? I think the 9 might be in the way. Just the way he's put his cue on the floor. It's tight. He's looking at it again. Maybe he could swerve it. The only issue with swerving it is that he'd have to hold somehow for the 3 if he did make it. So he decides against it, plays the push. It's not really one you can refuse this. So many balls here you could potentially hide behind. You'd be gutted to hand it back and then find yourself in a tougher position next time you came to the table. You might have overhit this. No, it looks pretty good. He used the largest blocker on the table, those 2 balls together. Didn't try to do too much there, didn't try to go end to end. Oh wow, somehow found a way around the back of it. Second day in a row, the referees are offering me a coffee. Very nice one. Wonder what they want. But I'm never going to say no. Phil just playing evil little snookers. Hasan's been in trouble quite a lot in this match already. Struggled with his angles. Yeah, he's missed it again. So you can understand why Phil keeps trying to put him in trouble. part of his game. Hasan is struggling with right now. Especially if it's on tables you're not used to. You get a slightly different bounce. It can make you look silly. Thumps in the 8, and the 9 will soon follow it. Phil Wildman is 3 away now from making it into the next round of the Tier 1 competition. Thank you, Julian. Just handed me my coffee. Appreciate it, pal. I'm not used to coming into events and being handed coffee, and I didn't even have to be here first thing in the morning today. It's unusual. Four balls this time. Calm down, Phil. Jeff DeLuna will be asking him for breaking tips soon. That full ball will go into the middle from the side he's on now. So yeah, he's just looking at where he wants to potentially leave the cue ball. Julian stood by me watching this because he knows he might be asked to go in a second. If he was under hit that, can he see enough of it? He couldn't. Every time Hasan comes to the table though, he doesn't seem to have anything easy. He's either hooked or he's got a pot like this. Yeah, just played it safe, didn't fancy it. Completely understandable. Feels a bit short on pace on that one as well. So I may feel he won't get a better opportunity unless he might go for this. It's pretty good though. Left a thin edge, but not a lot for Phil to go at. He completely missed it. So Hasan has earned his opportunity. But last time he did this, he did break down before making the clearance. Sam sits down next to me with 2 boxes of food. Two boxes of food that are bigger than him. They've been sat on his chair for a few minutes and they actually warmed up the chair. He's hurt himself, I think. What you got, Sam? Chips. It's always chips. Ooh, onion rings. Hasan nails the 9. And he's coming back into it. So good break from Hasan. They haven't come as open as they have been for Phil. I say open for Phil, he's only had 4 or 5 balls left on the table each time. Actually, I wonder if Phil's putting more from the break than Hasan's made from open play. Need a team of statisticians for that sort of stuff. A bit out of the budget at the minute, I think. Well, I was going to say it was a bit of an unfriendly kiss, but it might not have been. He might have hooked Hasan here. Rail first is still on though, regardless. Oh, that's a nice result. Just run far enough, I think, to hook. It's very tight. Very dainty fork action from Sam there with his cheesy chips. I know you can't see it. Maybe not. Hasan jumping over the 8 to get to this 2. Just keep the cue ball on the table. Does so. Yes. Unfortunate couple of flicks has just made this sit up nicely for Phil. Used all of the pocket there, but played it at the right pace. And you'd think this is the last time it can go wrong if it doesn't go forward far enough here. But he definitely has. So now just needs to take care. I was right behind that, and that only just wiggled in. Caught it so fat. And that's why the cue ball's in no man's land. Recovers well though. Didn't faze him. Two away now, Phil. In the other quarterfinals of the main event, 7-7 Fraser Patrick, Carlo Blasi. And Ramesh Gokul is on the hill, 8-7 up on Joe Prince. Liam Monk and Marcel Price now locked at 7-7. They were always going to be tight matches, weren't they? Got that break down to an art. Two's not come open for him this time. So he's only really got a push available. It's not one you'd normally turn down, but on this occasion, if I was Hasan, Phil's obviously played that. Try and force another error out of Hasan. I'd give this back. An unexpected move. He's got it safe enough. Might be in more trouble after this one though. He's caught the point though. So Hasan choosing to play. After that push out from Phil was the right choice. Earned his opportunity. Looks like Marcel Price is just about to go on the hill against Leah Monk in the other stream match on the Spots and Stripes YouTube channel. I'll say that just as Hasan unexpectedly misses that one. Was trying to be evil and weld him up against that 8. He's just snuck past it. Hasan will be breathing a sigh of relief. Bang, there's another cue goes flying. Phil's left this. You get to almost all of it, I think. So yeah, looking at the line now. Might have to play it off the 9 just to make the angle. Don't want to overplay this. Yeah, he did it well. One more good one, he could be back in prime position. So far, Hasan's worked through this clearance very well. This is more like the Hasan we know. Maybe a bit straight, might have to leave this short side. Or he can probably force it across if he wants to. Which he does. This has been solid. Nearly missed the 9. Nearly missed the 9, but it's there. That'll make him feel a lot better. Hasan needs a big break. It's now. My word, hasn't he got one? He's been a bit unfortunate with all those balls covering up the 2. He made 3 on the break, and this has been the best match for breaking that we've seen so far. Phil making 4 and 5 balls on a couple of breaks. Hasan joining the party. Those 3 balls, the 8, 5 and 9 in a line, lend themselves to a really good safety. He had plenty to hide behind. He's found something. He might have left a thin edge, but even so, it would be awkward queuing. I'm not sure he's even done that. Phil's straight down on it, so he must have. Oh, you could see quite a bit of it. Deceiving camera angle, I'll blame that on. But again, he's got a lot to hide behind. Hasn't found it this time. I was surprised he went end to end. I thought he'd play a very similar shot to the last one. And Phil had to really put some power into that to get back for the 5. And doing so, he's missed the 2. The GB9 committee have decided that for today, because it's so hot outside, they've relaxed the dress code a little bit. So some players on the outside tables playing in smart shorts, I would call them, which is very sensible, I think, given how hot it can be. Not many people have taken advantage of it, though. Most still choosing to wear the trousers. This looks good. Yeah, Phil's got cover and a lot of distance. Hasan's picked up his jump cue there. He's got to move that cue ball a long way in the air to get over if he wants to play a jump shot. Yeah, immediately going back to his chair, changed his mind. Quite right. Not really on. Made contact on this occasion. It's not going to go safe, but it's going to be a bit awkward for Phil. There's combos that looks easy, but you could easily hang this up. Doesn't want to make the 2 as well. It's just sat up in time. That's just about as perfect as you could hope for to run up the table for the 7. Phil's just been quietly going through his work. Taking these out very well. And he's going to be first to the hill. 6-3 up now. I can tell you that Marcel Price has defeated Liam Monk 9-7. He's the second man through to the semi-finals. Fraser Patrick is currently 8-7 up. He's on the hill against Carlo Blasi. And Ramesh Gokul and Jay Prince are locked at 8-8. Hill thriller there. The winner of that one will face Marcel. And the winner of the Fraser Patrick Carlo Blasi match will face Michael Hope, who demolished So Short earlier on. Phil will be hoping to make 4 or 5 balls again off this break. Been absolutely hitting them perfect. Two have gone. That's poor for him. Well, that might have just held up enough. He might be able to see this, the 2 ball. And this is a bit of a crucial rack removal because it's very tight whether he can see the 2. So they've asked for a referee. And in the meantime, quite cleverly, Phil was able to manipulate the rack just so it was not in the way of the path of his shot. So if he wants to, he can play the next shot, but no, he is going to wait for the referee. Well, in actual fact, the referee said that they are touching, so he can't move the rack anyway. And the reason why that is, if it's touching ball, you'd have to remove a ball in order to remove the rack. And if you do that, there's no guarantee you can get them back touching. It's so difficult by hand to get the balls back touching. Little dips in the cloth, anything, and it'll just... Next time you're on the table, try it. Just trying to make 2 balls touch by hand without moving them from where they were is practically impossible. So it looks like Phil is going to open them up. Oh, he didn't play it hard enough though. Maybe didn't really consider that. This is awkward now. He's overcut it. He throws his hand up because the cue ball just contacted the 4 on the way back, pushed the 4 to the side rail safe. So yeah, there's 2 scenarios where you don't remove the rack. One is where there's touching balls, where you'd have to move one of the balls in order to get the rack off. And the other one, if there's more than 2 balls on or in the rack, just too much to deal with. Very unusual though. Lots of rack makers out there trying their best to make a rack that holds the balls well but also doesn't affect the balls when they run over it. It's a really tough balance. Oh, this is close to the corner pocket, straight in. Yeah, it's a really tough balance. These shark racks that we're using here at GB9 seem to hold the balls really well, though. I've got to say that. They are very good for racking. And it's really good that I believe it's Shane Conroy who makes them. It's really good that he and GB9 got together to make sure that every player is going home with one of these racks as well, which will help for their practice for the next event. Really nice touch. I'll have to find out where you can buy them from if you want to buy them. I'm reliably informed they're available directly from Shane on eBay. As Hasan closes the gap a little. But yeah, not sure how thin they are, probably 0.1 mil or something like that. They're very thin. But they seem to be quite resilient. As a referee, I despair when I walk around events and I see people just throwing them around and bending them backwards. But these seem to take quite a bit of abuse, to be fair. They wouldn't accept anybody doing something like that to their own cues, but they'll happily do it to equipment provided on the tables. So if Hasan can take these out, get us back to 6-4, this could be quite tasty. It's really unfortunate though. Cue ball scratch. Bit congested down here. Four to 5 is the key. If Phil can get that right, he'll probably get through to the next round. It's an angle. It's got a small one. Just forced the cue ball across the table a bit. We couldn't get close to this fort. So this is a bit of a tester. Bringing the cue ball down that right hand side to try and leave a shot at the 5. I mean, he's got a shot, but again, bit of distance. It's going to be running into the 7. He's trying to avoid it, is he, with a bit of right hand side? Oh, he's done so well with that shot. Didn't think that was possible. We've all just been serenaded by So Sure. Phil stopped in his tracks. Quite a few of the other players did as well. That's the trouble when you leave microphones unsupervised. You get people like him and me on. I'm not even meant to be here. Yeah, this has been the clearance of the match so far. Super solid from Phil. And you'd have to say a deserved winner if this 9 drops, which it does. Hasan showed signs towards the end of the player he absolutely is, and we know he is. But Phil, too much for him. And we will be back for you quite soon with the semi-final matches of the main event.